FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the setups that we saw from London and also some that started during the US session. And let's just go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Alright guys, so just a fair warning guys. I mean pound pairs and euro pairs during London and US were really nice today. So a lot of different setups. So let's just go ahead and jump right into them here. So first one we're going to start out with is going to be pound AUD, and pound AUD we see here that we end up getting a nice type 3 setup here during after the Asian session. So here's our Asian session here, and then we move down, we make the initial move up, accumulate, and then drop. That is a nice type 3 setup here. And you notice how it literally started to form the first leg right at the end of the trading zone at 6:30, and then by 8 o'clock it was ready to drop. Okay, so very nice, clear type 3 setup. And of course you take it all the way down to the 200 EMA. That is about 70 pips depending on where you got in and where you got out at. Let's go to the next one here, and pound CAD. Pound CAD, we had a very tight Asian range here, but same thing. They ended up making the false move, came back up. This time we ended up getting a type 1 setup, and you can see essentially that what do we end up getting is price comes right back to yesterday's high, right? Makes the initial push up to meet the high of yesterday, accumulates some contracts, makes another false move, and then boom, it straight drops. Okay, this was an easy trade for you. One candle, 15 minutes, and you were up 70 pips. 70 pips in one candle. Very nice trade. Pound NZD. So pound NZD, we ended up getting a type 2 setup, and you can see here where we came up to essentially the Asian high here. So they made their initial move, accumulated, made the second push, and then dropped right back down again to the 200 EMA. And this one here is another 70 pips. Pound JPY is a type 1 setup. We see that we have a tight Asian range here. They started to play around here a lot, but they initially made their first move. The first leg was completed at 6:15, and it wasn't ready until 9 o'clock, 8:45, 9 o'clock, and then boom, you had your second leg here. That was about 54 pips. Also take a look at this here second leg. We ended in a railroad track, so boom, that's a nice setup there as well. Pound USD, same thing. All the pound pairs pretty much did the exact same thing. So Asian range, initial move down, came back up. This one's a type 1 setup, and of course we have the first push, accumulate, second push to try to get traders to go long. And as you can see here, another thing to realize here is, check this out. You see how these two EMAs almost crossed, right? You see that? So that right there, that's another good thing that they do to fake people out as well. Is, a lot of people trade crossovers of the 50 and 200 EMA. Well, here's one right here that actually ended up being a fake crossover. So as you can see though, here's another thing I want you to keep in mind also is look at the candles here, how they pushed up, came back down to accumulate contracts, pushed back up again to get more contracts, and then they went an extra 6 pips to get some more contracts. And keep in mind, at this point here, the spread is spreading out, right? So you might have a spread that's essentially like a gap that's like that big. So it's literally grabbing all these contracts that are up here as well at the same time. So, and as soon as they get the contracts, you see, you know, boom, they move right back down. This was a very nice trade here, and it was about 40 pips long. Pound Swiss, same thing. I mean, this is ridiculous. All the pound pairs did very similar things, either a type 1, type 2, or type 3, but they all did essentially the same move. False move down, go back up, accumulate, second leg, boom. I mean, this was very, very nice setups on all the pound pairs. So 50 pips on this one. That's on pound Swiss on this pair. Very nice trade setup here. So Euro CAD. So let's talk Euro CAD here. So first thing I want you to notice on Euro CAD is that yesterday's high is right here. Okay, so we move into the Asian range here, and the Asian range didn't seem to be that big, but right after London Open, we made our initial move down, came back up to retest that same high of yesterday. And as soon as you see that, guys, this is definitely a nice trade to take all the way back down, at least to the 200 EMA. This one went a lot longer. So literally in one candle, you were up 60 pips or so on this pair, depending on where you got in at. But the important thing about this trade is that, yeah, it doesn't look like a perfect M or anything like that. It's a triple top. The important thing is that you see how there is basically a mark, basically like a sand, like a line drawn in the sand where it won't cross. Okay, and that's right here at the 51, 126 area. You can see it literally went back up to that range, down, back up to that range. So these are all trap moves to make people go long. Okay, so then they can make this move here. All right, and then not to mention, if you look back, what are we doing the past couple of days? The last 2 days we've been rising, so they need to recoup some of that money. So of course they make this move here. All right, so Euro Jappy is very interesting because the first initial trade was here, right? It was a type 2 setup, and it was a nice W pattern. Here's the messy part about this trade is the fact that, yes, there was a W here, but look at all this mess here. Okay, what they're doing here, basically accumulating contracts so they can go up to the 200 EMA. Okay, now if you see, once they get up here, they drop again, right? But there's two different things that you should see here. One is the W, right, that you can take to the 200 EMA, and then the second one is this one here. There's your second trade there. Okay, and that's another 40 pips. So the first one, depending on where you took it, was about 25 pips, depending on where you got in. If you got in on this one here or any of these that went back up. But you see, they initially did not have enough contracts to make the move. So what do? They continued to collect contracts. Okay, so if you were seeing the W here and you took it trading off the edge, basically, this is what trade actually that I took. You see the little arrow there, and so I took it off the trading off the edge. But you see 2, 4, 6, you're not in substantial profit. So you exit the trade and then go back in once this whole accumulation phase is over with. Okay, you get back into it, or you wait for this trade to happen. Okay, but very interesting, 2 trades back to back on Euro JPY. But you just need to understand how it worked here with this accumulation of contracts that they were doing here. So anytime you see a very nice pattern, but then it stumbles here right after for 6 candles, they're just accumulating contracts. So you have 2 options, and really I would prefer that you only have one option, which is just get out of the trade, cut your losses and just wait for a better opportunity. And it would have been here. This would have been the better opportunity here. Okay, but let's take a look at Euro AUD. Euro AUD was a type 3 setup, and you see the Asian range here, and then we made the initial move down, came back up, down, up. So we tried to hit it about 3 times, but we were aiming towards the middle of the Asian range, and you can see essentially we had a nice little pattern here. Okay, and then boom, we dropped. So this particular trade here, and again, all going to the 200 EMA, is 30 pips. Euros, Swiss, same thing, where we had type 3 set up here. And this one, Asian range is here, initial move is down, and then we went 1, 2, 3, and then we went down the 4th. Okay. And this one, again, another painless trade, because this one was another 30 pips and like 4 candles. Okay, so you were in and out of the trade pretty quickly. Alright, but it takes time for this to build. Okay, and remember, in your trading zone, right, we're already past the trading zone here. Just let it do its thing, and then by open of US session, it's ready. Boom, and you go down. So if you don't get your setup, if you don't get the setup within your trading zone, you just wait for the US session, because all they're doing is just accumulating contracts. Okay, so let them accumulate all the contracts they want. All right, let them do all that stuff. Okay, if the trade doesn't happen, if you don't get a clear setup in your trading zone, you just wait for the US session and let them accumulate their contracts. Same thing, the same thing. You see the pattern traders trade this crap, but just realize what's going on here, guys. USD CAD was very similar to I think it was it Euro CAD that we had. Let me see here. Yeah, same thing as Euro CAD was on USD CAD, where we had a high, and you can see here we couldn't go past it. And not to mention, guys, look, USD CAD has been going up for at least 2.5 days now. So again, they needed to recoup some of the money all the way back down to the 200 EMA. Okay, that's an easy 40-50 pips on one candle. Okay, so again, another very good trade. And finally, CAD JPY had a nice trading out of the edge trade setup here. Nice W here formation, and again all the way up to the 200 EMA. So this was another 50 pips. Nice, easy, clean trades. Okay, we had a bunch of trades today on both euro and pound pairs. So I really hope you guys took advantage of any of these trade setups. Let me know in the comments if you took any of the trades, or if you're starting to see the patterns. That's really important for you to see the patterns. I can see the patterns all day, but if you can't see them, that means you can't trade them. So very important that you see the patterns. If you're not part of our chat, go to fxntrading.com, sign up for the free membership, and go ahead and you'll get a link to the chat so you can be aware of what's going on, and we can all chat together during the sessions. Also, there's a couple of more mentoring spots available before it's closed for a couple of months. So if you want to get into the mentoring program, just go ahead and sign up again at fxntrading.com. All right, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments, or if you have more of a personal question, you can email us at fxntrading group at gmail.com. All the links are going to be in the description, guys. If you haven't watched any of the Trading Zones videos that we did last week, I'll go ahead and post them at the end of this video, so you'll be able to click on them. So again, guys, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, guys, and be on the lookout for some very good videos coming out tomorrow and Sunday. All right, guys, until next time. Guys, one last thing. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate the fact that you take the time to watch my videos. I really hope that I've added value in each of the videos that I make for you guys, and I hope that you're learning something. As always, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please like and share the videos if you found value in them. And also, don't forget to visit our website at www.fxntradinggroup.com. Once again, guys, thank you so much. I'm truly blessed.